So, hey y'all, as you can tell by the title of this video, this is going to be a story time regarding how I became a full-time entrepreneur at just 19. Well, I'll be 20 in a couple of weeks, but I'm still 19. For starters, I do want to start with the backstory as to how I got here and what caused me to want to own a business. So to start the story off, first of all, I got on this really cute two-piece set that I got from New Centrals on Instagram. I'm gonna tag the Instagram in the description and I'm gonna put it right there. But for starters, so growing up, I always had like the ambition to work. I remember when I was like 7, I used to do hot dog stands. I used to go around the neighborhood mowing lawns with my dad, raking up leaves for my own money, stuff like that. So growing up, I always had like that hustler ambition. And now that I'm a 19-year-old entrepreneur, my family be like, this makes so much sense for you. Like, you've literally been doing this. When I was like 15 or 16, this is 2020. In 2020, or was this 2021? I think it was 2021. I don't know which one it was, but I want to say it was 2021. So, boom, I'm gonna put the year up here. The year is 2021. I am 16 going on 17. I joined the editor community. I start editing. My page is growing. Boom. I discovered people doing YouTube intros. I'm like, I did not know you could charge people for YouTube intros. So after, I didn't know that you could charge for YouTube intros. So after that, I rebranded my page so that it would be more of me charging for the edits and charging for the YouTube intros now. So I started practicing making YouTube intros. Y'all, it was so bad. I'm probably gonna insert a clip of it like in between this. Actually, yeah, I'm about to insert the clip of the YouTube intro right here. My first ever YouTube intro, and I think I was charging like $3. Mind y'all, it's 2021. It's like summertime. I'm about to start junior year. So September comes, I start junior year back. When I tell y'all, junior year was kicking my behind because like the end of my freshman year and then my whole sophomore year was on a computer. So junior year came and like I was not ready. I was not. So I literally just abandoned my whole little YouTube intro business, abandoned that. So that was my real first business when I was 16 going on 17. I started charging $3 for YouTube intros. So then let's fast forward. I did the whole junior year. We fast forward. Senior year, my friends, I used to make flyers and logos and stuff like that all the time for my friends. And then I also had a coding background from middle school that I went to. So I was pretty techie. So my friends, whenever they needed stuff done, like a website, logo, anything, because y'all know COVID, everybody was starting businesses. So they was all coming to me. And I wasn't thinking I should have been charging for this stuff. So I wasn't charging for none of it. I was just doing it. And my turnaround times was quick. Like I used to have like a turnaround of same day, usually next day, but sometimes it was same day. So boom, senior year, November, I turned 18. So November of 2023, right? No, in November of 2022, I graduated 2023. November of 2022, I turned 18. Y'all ever be home alone and just be hearing stuff? I know it can't just be me. But November 2022, I turned 18. My friends was encouraging me to make a graphic design page, so that's what I did. And it was called BYNCFX Designs, which means Buy New Chanel Design. Well, it was really, scratch that, y'all. It was originally BYNC Designs, Buy New Chanel Designs. So then, I want to say around December, I'm slowly posting. So I want to say like 2 days, and at this time, y'all, I had just quit my job at Shake Shack because a boy had burned me with a spatula on purpose, and the management did nothing about it. If you're watching this, it's still you. So yeah. So at this time, y'all, I had just started working at Five Guys, and I hated it at Five Guys. The pay was not it. Like I hated it at Five Guys. I want to say a couple days after New Year's, I posted a YouTube intro that I had made for Taiki on TikTok, and Taiki probably don't even remember the intro. I barely remember the intro, but I know that intro got me off the ground. Like, that intro went viral. When I tell you I went viral on TikTok that day, and the next day I had finals, so I'm up making intros. Boom, I finally get to sleep. I go to school, take my first final. I had a 20-minute lunch break in between, and I probably had like 30 intros to make, and I think I was charging between like $5 to $10. I had a text-based, a simple, and an advanced. The text-based was $5, the simple was $7, and the advanced was $10. That day I made $1,000. So y'all know how many intros I had to sell. And most of those intros got returned same day or next day. After that, I'm like, I can do this. I can take this serious. So I started researching ways how to get better at YouTube intros. So the better I was getting, the more my prices was going up. What happened with that was I kind of lost passion for the whole YouTube intro side of graphic design. But that's what was growing my page, so that's what I was doing, even though I was losing passion for it. I had a passion for making flyers, making logos, making websites, making business cards, stuff like that. That's what I had a passion for. That's the type of graphic design I wanted to do. And I also had a passion for coding websites. But this whole little time frame of my life literally shaped me into the business owner that I am now. Because if it wasn't for me first starting this whole little like graphic design business, I wouldn't know anything about an LLC. I wouldn't know anything about EIN. I wouldn't know anything about none of that. So as I'm slowly losing for passion for it, I'm trying to promote my flyers. I'm trying to promote this. I'm trying to promote that. Then here come my first chargeback. And it was for an order that was $160. Because like I said, the better I got and the better software I started to use, because when I first started, child, I was using Capcut to make, not Capcut. Child, I was using Canva to make my intros when I first started. And it was so glitchy. I had like this old 2015 MacBook. Like, that MacBook actually was my first business investment, if I think about it now. And me buying that MacBook, because it was like $300 off a refurbished website, so it was already refurbished. On top of that, it was super old. So like, when I tell y'all the struggles I had to put in to get that MacBook to do what I needed it to do. So after that, I got my first chargeback. I was already feeling discouraged because people wasn't buying what I was passionate for. They were coming to me only for YouTube intros, and I didn't want to do YouTube intros. I wanted to do flyers, but I needed the money, so I kept doing it. And the longer I kept doing it, the more I kept losing passion for it. So chargeback comes. I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm over it. Like, that chargeback, I don't know if that was God's way of telling me this is not where you're supposed to, like, this is not the field you're supposed to be on. But that chargeback did it for me. And y'all are probably going to be in the comments like, why did you let one little thing stop you from doing your graphic design business? It wasn't just one thing, because after that chargeback came 2 more chargebacks. One was $200, one was $160. So that's a total of about $520, not including the chargeback fees, because Shopify, Wix, GoDaddy, they all charge a chargeback fee. So that's not including the chargeback fees that I was getting either. And it was just like, I can't do this. I need the money, not lose the money. So after that, I took a short hiatus. Well, I thought it was going to be a short hiatus. I took a hiatus from graphic design. During this time, I ended up getting jobs. I worked at Amazon. I worked DSP. So I want to say this is around August 2023. Mind you guys, I graduated in May. August 2023, I pivot. I go work at Amazon. I lasted at Amazon for about 4 weeks. If you still work at Amazon, you've been there longer than a month, you're a strong soldier. Me, not for me. I'm not in the whole idea of working for other people. This is why I loved my jobs, but when it came to the whole manager aspect, I hated it. So now we are going into fall of 2023, which was literally only a year ago. Like, hello. So September hits and I get a job working DSP. If you don't know what DSP is a direct support professional working with those who have developmental disabilities. My first DSP job, I was literally making $12.50, and some way, somehow, I was pulling in enough overtime to see $1,200 every 2 weeks. Now, at the time, I thought I was making bank. No. So, honestly, if you think about it, an average check from Amazon is about $600 a week. My $1,200 every 2 weeks, minus taxes, that's literally hand in hand on what I was making at Amazon, and it just wasn't enough. Even though I was making less per hour, I was still seeing the same thing I was seeing at Amazon, and it wasn't enough. So, but I'm thugging it out because at the time I was looking for an apartment. So I was trying to thug it out, like, okay, just thug it out till you find something that pay better. So then we're gonna go on into, we're gonna skip October, because October, it was all gas, no breaks with me working. I wasn't even thinking about a business at this point come October. Come November, I turned 19 on November 13th. November 17th, I got in a car accident involving a semi-truck. I wasn't driving, I was in the back seat, but I did not have my seatbelt on because I had just took my seatbelt off to grab my phone that had fell on the floor. So I didn't have my seatbelt on. When I tell y'all, I was flying. Like, I was literally flying all over that back seat. So that I had a concussion after that. I had a scratch on my chest after that. My hand was fractured. Like, it was all bad. And for me, this is my first traumatic life experience. So I'm thinking, like, I got so much PTSD from that one car accident. And I don't know if the car accident was God's way of, like, waking me up. Like, you're not supposed to be working all this overtime. Because when I tell y'all, I was busting 150 hours every 2 weeks. Like, I would be getting off at 9 in the morning, going right back to work at 3 p.m. doing doubles. Like, I was just all gas, no brakes with my job because I was looking for an apartment and I needed the pay stubs. And I feel like that was God's way of waking me up. Like, come on now, you're not supposed to be doing 150 hours every 2 weeks. You're not supposed to only be making $1,200 every 2 weeks. I need you to do more. I need you to get on your path. That car accident gave me my wake up path. I returned to work. I want to say I returned to work on Thanksgiving. Yes, I went to work on Thanksgiving. I had to be at work at 10 p.m. on Thanksgiving because they wanted us to come in early for the second shifters so that they could still spend time with their family. But with me being in a car accident, I was like, I'm not coming in early. I just got into a car accident. My family wants to see me. They want to be with me. They want to check on me. And my job was not trying to hear it. And I went to work because I needed the money. So after I got back from work, I was still pretty banged up. My leg was still messed up. And mind you, I'm still going through PTSD. So it's like every other night, I was crying myself to sleep. Whether I was at work, whether I was at home, whether I was here, whether I was there. I was crying myself to sleep because I was so scared. Like, I could have died in that car accident. The car accident was so bad that I kept blacking out. And it's like the last time I blacked out, I just remember myself, like, within like a snap of a finger, I had to accept the fact that you might not wake up after this. And with that snap of a finger, that snap of a second was my wake up. Come December, I thought I had an apartment on the line. I thought I had an apartment lined up. They backed out on me. So it's back to looking for apartments. Luckily though, I had a backup. So January of 2024, I move, right? I move into my apartment. Still, at this point, they didn't cut the hours because one of our clients had moved out of the house. So no client, no hours. So they cut our hours, and now my checks go down to $800 every 2 weeks. My rent was $825. So $800 every 2 weeks barely gave me enough for groceries, light bill, internet, phone bill. I was trying to get a car. It was just a lot going on, and $800 every 2 weeks was not doing it for me. So I found me another job. This job was paying $16.50, I want to say. I want to say they were paying $16.50. So now I'm making $1,700, $1,800 every 2 weeks. Still thinking I'm seeing bank. I'm getting money. So February, we're going to skip February. I start the new job in February. March comes. March, I get a car. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I still have this $800 rent. Now I got a $400 car note on top of my $20 water bill, my $100 internet bill, and my expenses. I'm a girl. I need my hair done, my nails done, my toes done, my eyebrows done, stuff like that. On top of my braces. That's $60 every appointment. this is not enough. So I started a business. I started a body enhancement business called House of New because I needed to gain weight. I knew there had to be other girls facing the same problems that I was because I had a fast metabolism, lack of appetite. It just wasn't working with me drinking the Ensure Plus. So I started House of New. Boom. I made a new TikTok because my TikTok was shadow banned. I made a new TikTok. My new TikTok started doing numbers off the rip. Started doing numbers, started getting followers. So here I am. I'm learning how to get better at content. How do I record better videos? How do I do this? How do I do that? On top of still handling House of New, still working a full-time job. So at this time, I had picked up a part-time job and I had applied to go to school to be a pharmacy technician because I swear I thought being a pharmacy technician was where my passion was. Because when I was working in DSP, I was med certified, so I could pass meds. So in my mind, pharmacy technician, I know how to count meds. I know how to say the med names and stuff like that. This is where I can do. This is gonna be my career job. No, God said no. I applied to so many pharmacy technician programs and I kept getting rejected. And I'm like, why do I keep getting rejected? Like I have the experience. I know how to count meds. I can do this. Why am I getting rejected? I couldn't figure it out. But God had the plan. He had the plan for me. That's why I kept getting rejected. That was his way of telling me, this is not what I want you to do. This is not the path you're supposed to be on. Fast forward to, I want to say around the end of March. One of my TikToks go viral from my weight gain journey from when I was 95 pounds versus me at 130 pounds. Boom. Orders start rolling. I'm telling you, I'm getting better at content, but I'm still going to work. So now I'm at work packing orders. I'm packing orders at work. Boom. Picked up the part-time job. Now I'm trying to figure out how am I going to have time for a pharmacy technician school, a full-time job, and a part-time job. And the hours were overlapping. So I'm like, one of them has to go. I got rid of that full-time job. I'm like, I can do part-time, I can do House of New, and I can do pharmacy technician school. So now we're in April. I'm doing part-time job, House of New, pharmacy technician school. May comes, same three. Part-time job, House of New, pharmacy technician school. House of New is still blowing up. And my whole thing for House of New was never really supposed to focus on body enhancement. It was honestly, the body enhancement product was gonna be my stepping stone to my clothing brand. I wanted to start a clothing brand, an everyday women's wear clothing brand. If you know me, then you know I am someone that wears two-piece sets to the death of me. I always got on some type of everyday clothing, whether it's a plain long sleeve shirt, a simple shrug, a headband, some joggers, and some Crocs, a two-piece set. I am always wearing everyday wear. House of New is picking up. Orders is picking up. I'm getting 200 orders a week now. Picking up. So, mind y'all, and y'all have to remember it's the summer, so everybody trying to gain weight. They trying to get that natural BBL. So 200 orders every week while I'm still trying to go to school from 8 o'clock to 3:30, 4 o'clock every day. It wasn't working. How can I go to school Monday to Friday from 8 to 4 when the post office is closed at 5? I already live 30 minutes away. It just wasn't working. So June came, I want to say around middle of June, I made the decision to leave pharmacy technician school. And at first I was really sad about this decision because everyone's always gonna have those what ifs. What if I didn't leave? Once I leave pharmacy technician school, I quit the part-time job. I choose to go full-time entrepreneur. And this, when I tell y'all, this made me go all gas, no brakes. Now remember what I said, House of New was never supposed to be just body enhancement. It was supposed to be clothing brand. So I released my first two-piece set, which was a Skims dupe. Now, in my idea, I can market the Skims dupe, then start releasing stuff that I want to release once I get the audience. No. If you're a business owner, do not market dupes thinking it is going to grow your brand. Now, I know for some brands it might, but we have the wrong idea when we think the Skims dupes is going to get your brand to where you want it to be at. You have to be original. When you see stuff from Forever 21, yeah, you might find it at H&M, but where else you gonna find it at? When you see skim stuff, you see a bunch of Skims dupes, but who sells Skims dupes? Everyone sells Skims dupes. Everyone. So there's not going to be no originality in your brand. Boom, people's not going to want to shop. They're going to think, I can go get this set that you're selling for $50 somewhere for $35. See, you want people to think, I can only get this from New Essentials. So I make the pivot with the Skims dupes. I drop the Skims dupes. They don't sell at all. Now mind y'all, I thought I had the platform. They didn't sell at all. It was taking a lot to get them to sell. So I'm like, okay, boom, another pivot. We're gonna skip the summer, because summer I'm still doing full time. We're still going. August of 2024, I make another pivot. Start a new page. Start a new page just for clothing. Get that LLC. Get it going. All in. I'm all in. Because everyone was telling me it's so hard to... Everyone was telling me it's harder to grow a clothing brand than it is someone who needs to gain weight. I'm like, okay, challenge accepted. I started that page August 3rd. Right now, I sit at 1,510 followers. That's 1,500 followers I've gained because I'm going all gas, no brakes. All gas. I'm investing. Now, New Essentials is doing good. House of New is doing good. And here we are. I'm a full-time entrepreneur at just 19 years old. I cannot stress this enough. God kept showing me the signs and I just didn't know where they were coming from. It's not until I listened to the signs and I hopped on the path that he wanted me on, that he wants me to be on, that he's put me here to be on. It wasn't until I hopped on that path that my life started to skyrocket. Because when I tell y'all, if it wasn't for that car accident being my wake-up call, I don't know how far I'd be right now. I don't know if I would even made the 180 pivot. But that car accident, at the time, I kept asking why. Why am I in so much pain? When I tell y'all I had a neck brace on, my lip was so swole. I couldn't even eat cereal with how bad it hurt to just close my mouth. I literally said like, because it hurt so bad. That car accident gave me that wake up. It gave it to me. And that's honestly what I need to be here today. And that's why every chance I get, I thank God that I am here today. Because that car accident, honestly, if I showed y'all the pictures, that car accident could have been it. It could have been it for me. And it wasn't, because God had other plans. He had other plans. He had another path for me to be on than just working 180 hours every 2 weeks for only $1,200. He had other paths for me to be on than just trying to manage pharmacy technician school with a part-time job. He had other plans for me to be on than sitting in the classroom from 8 to 4:30 every day. He had a different path. And when I started my business, I swear I thought all I needed was a platform. But no, I needed so much more than that. I needed to put my faith in God. And I did. And here I am. I cannot believe this is my life. Literally a year later. Not even a year. Not even a year after that car accident. I went from working 180 hours every 2 weeks for $1,200 to literally working for myself. I pick the days I want to get up. I pick my hours. I pick how many days I'm going to work. It's not going to be Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock every day. It's not going to be that. It's not going to be getting off at 9 a.m. going back to work at 3 p.m. Because I allowed God to make that pivot in my life. And he's literally been having me on an upward path since then. I recently moved into an apartment that's literally in a better area, and it's almost triple the size of my last one. Triple. The apartment that I was struggling to pay rent for back in January because my hours got cut, I don't live there anymore. I literally live in an apartment that's almost triple the size of that. Literally. And I have a spare bedroom for my inventory now. Like, God is doing it. He did it. He did it. He did it. And I think I'm gonna end this video here. And I just want to say that if you feel like you don't know where you're going in your life, or you don't have no sense of direction of how to get where you want to be, put your faith in God, because I promise he's probably already been showing you the signs. He's probably already been trying to get you to see, this is where I want you to go. This is the path I want you to be on. So that's the end of my story time, how I became a full-time entrepreneur of 2 businesses after coming from working 2 jobs and pulling in overtime somehow. I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to end the story time here. And I just want to say, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to tag my personal Instagram below. So if you guys want to share your story with me, or maybe ask some questions as to how to start a business, or how to even figure out the first step of starting a business, feel free to DM me on Instagram. I'm going to put my Instagram in the description. Bye, guys. Love y'all.